This bout is scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist and legend of boxing, the only three-time lineal heavyweight champion of the world. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. The one and only, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweights, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
I'm so giddy, so excited. The anticipation is second to none. Let's get it on.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman, a true legend. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Punch, counter punch. Can't find a home in that jab. Joe Frazier shocked Muhammad Ali in their first fight, but then, of course, Ali came back and won their second and third fights. Can Frazier equal things up here in this one?
Again, this is history in the making. This is what we write our fight game about. These two guys are the ultimate warriors.
Perfect counter lands. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Nice counter punch right up the middle. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than have to.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. That counter shot lands. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Holding nothing back here in the round. And that hook misses. Beautiful left hook. And he scores with the counter. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, make it look so easy.
Okay, now you're switching off. I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round.
I don't want you to load up.
Here we go for round two. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Perfect counter shot. Straight right just misses. Nice counter. Not a lot of defense here at all. Frazier's such a good inside fighter.
You've got to make your opponent fight your kind of fight. They've got to get into your kind of argument, your kind of dance.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Straight right just misses. And that jab just missed with the left hand. You'd like to see more jabs. It's all offense all the time. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Breaths.
That right hand's beautiful. That's it. Just start working a few body shots in there.
You've been coasting this fight, and now you've let him get back into it.
There's the bell for round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? They call it the glory division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. Couldn't land that jab. Good counter punching. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Missing with that jab. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Let's take another look at that. We're back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
Come on. You let him back in.
Back at it in round 4. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
That hook just can't find the target. Beautiful counter shot. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you think, come on, bell, ring away.
Great round, great round.
Here's the bell to start round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? One moment changes everything, especially in this division. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. That big hook doesn't land. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around her. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Which one of these athletes is going to say I can't take it anymore? Stamina is off the charts. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
This is the beginning of round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
There's a counter shot. Can't land the jab there. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Missing with the hook. No rest for the weary. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Down goes Joe Frazier. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
What now?
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Can make or break a fighter.
Do it. Stay focused. Don't let him back in the fight. Great round. You were thinking,
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching off.
don't forget the jab, and don't get carried away.
Here we go. It's round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite-level stuff here.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
That counter punch caught him clean. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They blocked the jab. We're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Through the hook, didn't land. Blocks the right hook. Down goes Frazier. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Good defense stopping that jab. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think, right, survive and then give it back the next round.
Body shots are...
Mate, what are you doing? Come on, switch on. I need you to
Now, don't want you to load up. Don't be looking for that one shot or anything.
back out there and win the round. I need you to focus on...
And we enter the 8th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. You've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Beautiful counter punch. Swing and a miss with the right hook. And finally, Muhammad Ali goes down. And you can see here on the replay a perfect body shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He still won the fight.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. He's just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull him down again. And that's a lot of points for losing around.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
And he fails to score with that left hook. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Hey, I like that round. Good work. Don't be...
Win this round, all right?
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Catch and shoot. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Sometimes when you get nervous, something that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Frazier and pickpocket him.
Good counter punch. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Can you imagine if he knocks out Joe Frazier? Never count out Smokin' Joe Frazier.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
A lot of effort being exerted here. Well done with that counter shot. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Both men step back for just a moment. Those counter punches have to hurt. starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Can't score with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
It's when you talk about championship material.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round.
Beautiful. That's it. And just stick a few body shots in there, vary it up a little bit so you can't fit.
Be smart when you go out there. Just take the round off. Win the round.
And there's the bell to start round 10. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Nice counter shot. They've got to watch out for that uppercut. We're not seeing a lot of defense. They exchange punches. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Missing with that right hook. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Tried to score with a jab. The straight right just misses. Nice counter punch. Miss with that jab. Down goes Frazier. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here. I've arrived. Try that again. It will happen all over again.